Hey guys, so this is pretty huge news today. It's been a long while since a food chain here has done any type of collaboration with Dragon Ball, but it was just announced that Marugame Seimen, a chain noodle restaurant here, is doing a collaboration with Dragon Ball Z, specifically Dragon Ball Z. Why they're doing it, I have no idea. The 40th anniversary of the manga was last year, not Dragon Ball Z, the anime, but anyway. Here, let's take a look at what they're doing for the collaboration. So, of course, we are getting some kind of Dragon Ball inspired foods, which is nice. I think one of the last collaborations I saw, they used to do it like the sushi chain restaurants. It was just like some goods, but and really crappy goods at that, but not like actual food, items. But here we do have some cool items. The first ones are called udonuts, like udon and udon, the Japanese noodle, and donuts. Basically, these are donuts made from udon flour. These are, of course, designed to look like the Dragon Balls, and there are 2-cup designs here. I think they're really cute. The next one are senzu-style fried beans, tempura-style fried beans. Tempura is a type of, Japanese deep-fried, generally vegetables or shrimp, but these are like little beans, and they look like senzu beans. Cute. The final one is, it doesn't look anything like Dragon Ball in my opinion, but yeah, it basically says it's Genki Dama, the spirit bomb, and they're rice balls, like fried rice balls, I guess you should say, with half-boiled eggs inside. Now, in Japan, we have Hanjuku tamago, which is basically half-boiled to the point, basically, it's like the outside is fully boiled, but the inside is just gooey, and it's, I'm sorry, I love it. It's amazing, to be honest. So these look pretty damn delicious, and I'm looking forward to eating them. Next are the goodies. This whole thing starts on March 3rd, and they're doing it in 2 waves. March 3rd through March 16th, you're going to get these pictures, basically. They look like they're just honestly portrait-styled pictures. There are 2 waves. Each wave has 15 designs and a secret one as well. These are from the first 15. The first 15 here from March 3rd until March 16th. You can see right here are actually really nice, from Goku and Gohan in the top left all the way down to Mr. Satan and Boo. I do love the Ginyu Force in the bottom there, as well as the Goku and Frieza one in the middle there. So some of these are really sweet, and you basically get one with every order. So that's how these work. You get a random one with every order. Like I said, there are 15. As you can see here, there are 15. But there's also one secret one for each wave. I have no idea what the secret ones are. So the second wave of these pictures, and you can see here at the top, we got, Goku with Gohan, Vegeta, Trunks, all the way down to my favorite, the very last one here, Farmer. I have no idea why they gave Farmer, of all characters. You think even Raditz would have been above Farmer, but you know what? I need this one because that is pretty awesome, to be honest. I'm a little disappointed they went with the Funimation spelling. For those who know, basically Funimation decided to spell some of the names very strangely, which is not how they're spelled originally here, but like Frieza, which I could never stand. But anyway, that's the way it is. Even the Majin Buu with U instead of a O, I don't know why. But, anyway, they are using the American spelling a lot of times nowadays in Japan because they use Google to translate everything. And Google will, of course, pull up the American dub for the English language of the character names. So that's why, if you ever notice, sometimes the character names used to be, when you bought goods here, used to be written in the Japanese way of writing them out. And over the years, they just adopted the American way. Look at this picture here. Sorry. Cut. Look at this picture here. You can kind of get a rough idea how big these pictures are. They're really not that big, to be honest. The rice bowl there is, you can understand the size of an egg. If you look carefully at this, you can see the rice bowl is, a normal size rice bowl with an egg inside. It's pretty meaty size, I should say. It's pretty big size. The little udon donuts are also, not that big. So the pictures in the back, of what I can tell, they're, maybe a few inches tall, maybe even less, 2 inches tall. They're almost like cards in a way. They look like. They don't look like they're that big, the pictures, but. Now, the second thing they're doing for goods that you just get for eating there are also split into waves, like the March 3rd through March 16th, and then the second wave, March 17th through April 6th, when this whole collaboration ends. The first one is stickers. The next one it just says, honestly, I even had to ask my wife, I'm like my Japanese to double check here. It just says original pick. So of course that makes no sense to me. Just translating the word pick in Japanese doesn't actually make any sense. So we're trying to figure out what it could be. And a lot of times with these little donut things, they're kind of like these little, I don't know, mochi mochi donuts things. You don't use like a fork or even chopsticks to eat them. You use almost like a little pick to like stab into them. So it looks like that's what this thing is. It's like almost like maybe a cardboard or plastic little pick, and use it to just pick at the food to eat it. I'm assuming that's what they are. Now, finally, they're also doing like a kind of raffle giveaway for like bigger prizes. And bigger prizes, not really that big, but they're prizes per se. And how these work is using the receipt to show your orders. For every 2 orders you do, so it doesn't have to be like 2 receipts. I'm not sure. It just says 2 orders. Again, this campaign, reading the Japanese here, it's not that clear. It just says 2 orders. So maybe you can do 2 orders on the same receipt. I don't know. But if you do 2 orders, you can apply basically or enter to win an original tote bag, as you can see on the right side there. If you have 7 total orders, you can enter to if you have 7 total orders, you can enter to win this original udon bowl. And this thing is gorgeous. It's wooden. It's got like the nice imprint on there of Goku and Gohan. How it works is for the tote bag, only 200 people are going to be able to win that. And for the bowl, only 100 people. And that is out of like the whole country. So checking out the official website quick. One, really some sweet animation here when you open up the link. I'll try to share the link down below so you guys can just check it out for yourselves. So right in the start here, they just explain, again, Daiichidan, Dainidan, like the 2 rounds that they're doing, the March 3rd until March 16th, and then March 17th until April 6th. Showing our products, they're the papers we talked about, the other goods, the prizes, and then the event itself. Now, the event itself here, we're going to talk about it at the bottom when we get there. There's this thing called the Donuts photo concept, as well as the Shinjuku shop doing something a little extra special. First, let's just move along here and let's talk about the goods themselves. They give us just a better idea of the goods. So you have your udonuts. The cup designs, as I mentioned, there were 2 cup designs. It depends on when. The first round will be the Shenron cup. The second round will be the Goku cup. There are all 7 inside of the Dragon Balls, and it's about 600 yen, which is about $4. Chocolate flavor, by the way. So look pretty cool. Next are the tempura, the Senzu style tempura. So these things are about 300 yen, honestly about $1.50 of that. So they're pretty cheap, these things, but just like a light snack. Then we get our rice balls, pretty decent amount of rice, and like I said, the boiled egg inside. So 420 yen, not so expensive. It's a good amount of food for again, it's just a snack. It's not even a meal. Now, moving along, we're talking about here are the, special paper things you can get during each round. So yeah, you can see round 1, they show off some of them, as well as, of course, there's a secret. Round 2. Now, to get these, all you have to do is order a bowl of udon. It doesn't matter what flavor, just order a bowl of udon. Now, for the other goods that they're giving away, the stickers and the picks, these are a little more specific. So for the stickers here, you have to order any bowl of udon that you want, as well as the senzu. You must order that, and then you can get one of the stickers at random. Same goes for the picks. As you can see here, the picks, you have to order the onigiri, the rice ball, and as well as a bowl of udon. If you order each of those, then you can get one of the picks. Now, for the prizes, it looks like here, in order to actually enter, we do need to order any bowl of udon plus either the onigiri rice ball, or the senzu, either or it says. And of course, it also mentions to get the, the donuts as well. Now, what is the photo concept? So the photo concept is pretty simple, and it's actually pretty cool. So from March 3rd until March 31st, if you order the donuts and take a photo of the donuts, share it on X using the hashtag DragonBallUDonuts, 5 people will be chosen to win all 32 of the papers. That is the 15 plus 15 for each campaign, as well as the 2 secrets. I mean, that is actually pretty sweet, but again, only 5 people can win that. Now, finally is the Shinjuku shop. What is so special? Well, take a look here. The Shinjuku shop will be decorating itself both on the exterior and the interior. We'll be decorating, for this campaign. It looks absolutely sweet. It is on the outside gorgeous, and then on the inside you can see there's a bunch of Dragon Ball Z images and stuff like that. I work in Shinjuku quite often, and I honestly cannot wait to go here because this is awesome. This looks really sweet. So anyway, guys, that's it. I just wanted to share this news. It just broke today. And again, it's been so long since we've had anything like this for Dragon Ball. A lot of people were talking about, I think it was maybe last year with Daima, how I think it was Hong Kong did, like this, collaboration with McDonald's for Daima. And, people in Japan were just like, what the hell? It's from Japan. Why aren't we doing things for Dragon Ball? And it's kind of true. It felt a little sad that all these other countries were doing these cool things for Dragon Ball, but Japan just didn't give a shit about Dragon Ball. So at least here it's like, okay, cool. Japan acknowledging Dragon Ball makes me kind of feel a little happy. I hope we see more of this kind of stuff down the road soon. But again, it depends on how successful this one will be, because they used to do it all the time during the Dragon Ball Super run. We had, like I said, Sushi and a few other places, Mr. Donuts, like a few places here were doing like collaborations. But this is cool. I look forward to going next week. Oh my God, it's already next week. So I will definitely post some stuff once I go next week. As always, like, subscribe, and share. Turn notifications on so you never miss a video, and see you soon.